Hello, Internet. My name is Bard. I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none. I'm here to present an idea. If you love cryptids, I'm going to be releasing a zine sometime in December about cryptids. To let you know ahead of time, I am not going to be covering Bigfoot, because almost everybody knows him. I want to cover lesser known cryptids. However, while doing research about cryptids, I discovered something in the community that is very troubling, to say the least. A lot of people believe in two cryptids that are not actually cryptids. They are folklore. Those being the Wendigo and Skinwalkers, both of whom are or derive their origins in Native American folklore. The Wendigo is from the Algonquian language group, while the Skinwalker is from the Navajo group. Let us begin with the Wendigo. First off, if you Google a picture of a Wendigo, you're probably going to get something like this: a beast that's tall, covered in fur, claws, hooves, a deer's skull, and antlers. This is not an accurate depiction of a Wendigo. To the Algonquian language group, the Wendigo was not a creature, it was more of a curse. They believed that if you were a bad hunter and you didn't get any animals during the winter, and you committed cannibalism, then you will be ostracized, kicked out of the village. Because once you killed that person and ate them, your soul has become tainted and your heart has turned to ice. You have an unquenchable thirst for more human flesh, more eating of people. And you would turn into the true form of a Wendigo. A tall, gaunt, pale figure with bones that are stretching against the skin and deep, shallow eyes. That is the true origin of what a Wendigo is. A person that's essentially turned into a man-eating creature that can never be satisfied and needs more. That's because they believed that, well, the Algonquian language group believed that it was essentially a curse of greed. Heck, even the original name, yeah, it is not pronounced Wendigo. It was derived of a similar word from the Anishinaabe people, that they pronounce it as Windago, which means solely for self, tying into the whole greed side of it. Now, on to the Skinwalker. If you look up a picture of a Skinwalker, you're going to get something similar to this: a weird monster, werewolf, humanoid animal hybrid, or in pop culture now, something that is human, looks human, but isn't. Essentially wearing a human skin and trying to lure you to kill you or something. However, only one of those is extremely close, but it's still not even close to it. You see, skinwalkers come from the Navajo culture, but it's not pronounced skinwalker to them. To them, it's pronounced Yi Nadloshi, which means, by means of it, it goes on all fours. You see, within Navajo culture, there are people who could perform magic. If you wanted to use your magic for good, you were called a medicine man or woman, and they would use it to help the village. However, if you wanted to use your magic for evil, that's only halfway to becoming a skinwalker. And still using it for evil, you would use it to commit murder, cannibalism, incest. The second half, though, you need to know a skinwalker first. And in order to be invited to the ritual to become one, you would have to commit murder. But not just any murder, the murder of a family member. Usually your own sibling or your parents. Once it was done, the witch would be taken into a cave at night and begin the initiation ceremony. They would sit in a circle, surrounded by human flesh and bones, and be completely naked apart from wearing a mask, jewelry, and be painted in a ceremonial fashion. And for the next few hours, they will be chanting ritual songs backwards and perform acts seen as opposing nature. And they will get their powers by making others weak, sick, and poor, while making themselves stronger, faster, healthier, and richer. During the initiation, the witches learn how to use the dark magic on themselves and were able to turn into different animals. Yes, that whole werewolf thing is kind of true, but they were not able to just turn into werewolves. They could turn into many animals. Cougars, wolves, dogs, owls, bears, and yes, including wolves. Because it all depended on the situation they were in and what they needed to turn into, or what abilities they needed. What all they needed to do to transform into said animal was to wear its skin. This is a more accurate depiction of a skinwalker. Another common confusion because of pop culture is, again, the werewolf thing and how skinwalkers would attack people. Well, yes, they did attack people, they would never do it in their whole animal form. What they would do instead is place curses on them, either making them more accident prone and clumsy, or on the more extreme end, making them go insane. So yeah, that's the truth about Wendigos and skinwalkers. Thank you for sticking by, and I'll see you sometime in December when I release my zine. If you want to do more research by yourself, please, I'll leave links in the description.